I'm just playing with my intro, creating something better than a 30-second countdown, playing with my intro, while walking down the stairs into my office. This is a mini tour of our house. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. Well, I just got there now. Woo-hoo. This is just a test. This is not a test. Welcome to another rousing episode of Magic Mondays. Whether you're watching live or in the future, I'm really grateful for you and I love you, and I hope you get something out of today as always. Whether it's just a little feeling of community and connection with other sensitive people, or perhaps you'll find something entertaining or funny, or you enjoy the energy healing portion at the end, or whatever Coop has to share with us today in his kind of hour co-creating some t-shirts. So we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, and I wrote a book and created a system for energy healing. But anyway, yeah. So let's go ahead and smudge the space. I can see a few people are checking in, so give me a moment. Whoa, that is quite the flame. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and play my beautiful intro and exit song, care of Artica Productions. Here we go. You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen. All right. Well, this kind of sounds silly, but silly is kind of my middle name, although in my newsletter that went out this morning, I said my middle name was something else, but really my middle name is Colleen. I come from a long line of Virginias. Man, that name is fine for anybody else, but it is not me. But yeah, anyway. So, and I've always gone by Colleen. So I've never gone by Virginia, except every first day of school, ever, through my mid-30s being in chiropractic school. Anywho, well, I did correct everybody along the way. Okay, that's a really good story, bruh. Yeah, so I hope you're having a lovely Monday and it's gorgeous where you are. I guess not everybody likes spring, and if you don't, I'm not being rude, but what's wrong with you? Yeah, like so much newness and freshness and potential, and man, am I learning throughout as I'm getting older, approaching my crone age, which was pointed out to me last night. We'll get to that later. Um, yeah, I'm realizing how much I need the sun. Like, whether I go outside or not, I need to look outside and see sun. And I think of people who live in these places that are like dark for 6 months or whatever. Well, I think there's probably a higher rate of suicide. But yeah, I don't know how people do it. And as Dave and I consider, like, where's our next stop someday? And we're thinking probably out of California, but we don't know where. And I went on kind of a rampage one day recently saying, hello. I went on kind of a rampage and told him, like, in no uncertain terms, wherever we end up, it can't be snow and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, like, ooh, he wasn't responding and he'd gotten real triggered and he thought that I was just saying how it had to be. And I was like, no, I'm just telling you how I feel. But I do speak with some passion, which probably sounds pretty angry sometimes. To which I respond, oh, yeah. Somebody told me once that my anger about other things, nothing to do with them, their anger scared them. And there's something about that that makes me want to punch that person in the face. But anyway, this is somebody I'm not friends with anymore. At the time, I'm like, let me take care of you. Okay, wow. As always, I have no plan for this show today. So this is it. Here we go. Okay, so let's do this before I get into my crone age. apparently your crone age starts at 60, which will be next February for me, which is fascinating. Um, and a lot less terrifying than it used to be, because I'd rather be me now than me in my 20s. Although, can I please have my body back in my 20s? Oh, and along with that, can I please um, realize how fucking hot my body was in my 20s? But I was like, my boobs are too small, or meh, 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 or I'm too white, or when they say youth is wasted on the young, kind of true. Anyway, I guess that's why they say it because it's true. Yeah, so let's see who we have here. We have the amazing Yvonne. Hello, Yvonne. And the visitor, well, she's a brilliant writer, and not to give away all her stuff, but she's a brilliant writer, um, and she's a carer for donkeys. So that's pretty cool. And she has a song that I think is pretty swell. I thought about changing it. I think about changing the song sometimes, but then I thought it's kind of nice to have the consistency. Man, do I need my consistency? Just check if there was some way of testing the TV to see how many times I've rewatched the series Sex and the City or Gilmore Girls. It would probably be horrifying. Anyway, but it's comfort for me as a sensitive person. I'll just say it. And don't get me started, as now I'm getting started on, there's a new season of Love on the Spectrum. Oh, man, I just love it so much. But anyway, that's more comfort food for my soul. But anyway, back to important things as Yvonne's theme song. Here you go.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out.
Check her out. And so thanks for being here, Yvonne. And then, of course, we have the creators of my beautiful theme song, Art and Erica. And they say, good morning, energy party people, and a good morning to you as well. So, here you go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah.
Doing your part. Isn't that great that you're doing your part by showing up here? Um, well, you do something for me, so thank you, and I think you benefit everybody. Anywho, and we have Dr. Shannon who says, "Howdy, y'all! Howdy, y'all! Oh my God, Dr. Shannon, I heard something about Life West, where we went to chiropractic school the other day from Melody and David, uh, who heard it from Dr. Dan Murphy. I'll just finish my thought, and we'll get to that in a second. And I'm wondering if you've heard it. So Shannon, here is your theme song.
Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon.
Hey. Okay. And oops. And let's see who else we have here. Let me go to the right place. Oh, Yvonne says, by the way, she says, my song is perfect. No changes, please. You got that, because that would just be one more thing for me to do in my long, never ending list of things I feel like I should be doing and then lose focus. And well, we don't need to go down that shithole. Anyway, and Blanca's here. Yay, Blanca. Good morning, all, she says. And you know what that gets you? That gets you a theme song. Here we go.
Blanca. Oh, Blanca. Thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Yay, I'm glad you're here. Okay. And oh, and Shannon, in this little strange conversation that I've started with anybody else watching, yeah, I heard that Life West is possibly moving to like Oklahoma. So can you imagine? So Life West is located, well, in Hayward, California. So basically, East Bay area, and which that Hayward itself, whatever, but it's a hop, skip, and a bridge or two to San Francisco. So that's pretty great. Yeah, so I can only imagine being in like 2 years into school in California where we have sun. They probably have sun there too because they grow stuff. I am super ignorant about the middle areas that I have two husbands from. But anyway, um, yeah, so I can only imagine, like, okay, everyone, we're moving to Oklahoma. Mm, okay, yeah, so that's what I heard from those two crazy characters who are at a Dan Murphy seminar. Wow, why am I still talking about this? Good Lord. Okay, yeah, so what has been happening? Um, yeah, Love on the Spectrum. Oh my God, you should totally watch that. It's on Netflix. Um, yeah, and if you don't cry watching it, especially the last episode of the series, season 3, you are made of stone. And there's something wrong with you. And you probably shouldn't be watching this because what's going on with you is beyond my help. So, anywho, yeah. And once again, I'm not being rude, but there's something wrong with you if you don't like Love on the Spectrum. Okay. So, one moment. So, oh, and let's play another theme song because I know Gabby often checks in, but she watches in a way where she doesn't have capacity to check in. So this is for you, Gabby, in case you're watching.
Gabri J, Gabri K, Gabrielle is here today. Welcome.
These dismounts are pretty amazing, right? Yeah. So what is going on? So I have, as I mentioned, oh, I even made myself a new little logo if you can see it. I see it nice and big on my iMac. I don't know how it'll show up on a phone or however you might watch this. Um, but I'm calling my program Reclaiming Your Magic, I believe. There are just so many balls up in the air, and it is not as sexy as it sounds. Trust me. Yeah, so many moving parts and so many things I'm considering and trying on. And then, so I'm really, well, as I do with everything, I'm feeling my way through it and did my first discovery call, which I think was a combination of, well, she was great. And for me, it's like, well, I told you, like, I'm literally creating this. So I don't have some slick line of questions that I'm asking, but that's not my problem. Like, I should, but I think I shine when, especially when I'm talking about love or my magic. Um, and I have a lot to say about it. And when I just show up and talk about those things, that's um, what I believe Gay Hendricks would say. That's my genius zone. Add fun to it. Yeah. And so basically, that's what I did. I showed up for this phone call, and um, it was definitely awkward for me at times because there's skin in the game to be had if you sign up for my program. That's just how it is. That's how it is when I sign up for any kind of school or program. And I think of my program as being kind of graduate school for learning how to get really fucking good at your own personal magic, whatever that looks like. Um, yeah. And so it's an interesting, it's been this continuous unfolding of, first realizing what however long ago, 18 years ago, that, oh, I'm an empath. Fuck. I'm sensitive. Okay. And things started coming into place. And then my mom gave me the emotion code, and that just started this whole thing. And then, next thing you know, I'm not a chiropractor anymore. Like, this is my calling. Um, yeah. And it's taken a lot to get here and a lot of steps. And yeah, so so now I'm trying to figure out this program and any early adopters. Um, yeah, there'll still be skin in the game. If it's completely painless to sign up for my program, well, good for you, and don't let that stop you. Like, if the money part is a no worry for you, and it's not a worry for everybody. Just because money's been a thing for me, and my family of origin and Dave's family of origin. So the two of us and all of our shit. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff to look at. But I'm not afraid of confronting these things. Well, I'm a little afraid, but I'm doing it anyways because I'm always expanding and always moving forward. So, um, yeah, so I'm just going on and on, as is my wont, because it is my show. Yeah. So, but this whole creating this program, yeah, it is as everything else, just like writing my book, like so much shit came up for me. So not only is writing not my super happy place, but I was determined because of mentoring. But anyway, yeah, like so now that I'm stepping deeper into like just proclaiming at least a little bit, at least to my email group, um, saying, and you guys, and saying, kind of slightly opening the door to, seeing who might be an early adopter of my system as it's being created. And the ultimate outcome for you, in case you're wondering, is to get to be a fucking badass at doing energy work. I mean, that's kind of that's that's. I mean, that sounds kind of silly, but ultimately, well, let me just look at this real quick. So I was writing down some things, which I have a million lists all over the place. I'm a big just write it down. So I do like to write in some ways, but just like brainstorming about, in this case, my program. And I'll just say, and I get I get parts of this from the mentoring, as I keep saying, that I'm receiving from Mary Morrissey about shifting how you think, and reprogramming the 95% of us that's subconscious old programming. From People say from 0 to 7. I like to say from womb to age 7 is when we get programmed with most of like kind of how we are, how we act in the world. um, and only 5% is conscious, which is mind blowing. But it's good information to have. And when you have that awareness, you look for ways to start shifting that shit and start recognizing paradigms, because paradigms are just beliefs we've believed and became true to us over time. And, I have some weird shit about money. The story was my dad, in some way, made my mom, or at least that's what they fucking fought about for a lot of my childhood. So he had all the control of the money, and he made her quit the job she loved as a dance instructor because she had a cute dance partner. So, times were different, and, my mom played her part in that too because she allowed it. And he also made her sell her car that she bought herself. And I believe it was some like baby blue Bel Air or something from the 50s or early 60s. Yeah. And so that's the soup I swam in, and that's my programming. And my dad, I don't want to say he was a dick about money, but his nickname by his own best friend was Cheap Charlie. His name's not Charlie, that's his middle name. But Cheap Charlie, like, haha, he's so cheap. And when you swim in that soup, I don't know if you can if you resonate with any of this. If this was part of your programming, your fucked up programming, which ultimately our programming is just our curriculum for this lifetime. You can either learn from your curriculum or just kind of take it as fact, and that's how it is, and you just kind of are at the effect of whatever happens. Um, but what if, and I won't go on and on about my parents, but you get the vibe. It's like, so I have some weird shit around money that I've been peeling apart for a long time. Um, yeah. Oh, Shannon says, I don't know if this is in response to my story about my parents or to the chiropractic school moving, but wow, definitely cheaper to live in Oklahoma, but I wouldn't go there. Yeah. So the cheap part of me, the dad part of me, who he wouldn't freak out about if like there was a huge car thing that happened, like maybe it was a few $1,000s, he wouldn't freak out about that. But man, the electric bill and the phone bill. And when I became a teenager and long distance was a thing, ooh, I got in trouble a few times because there were always boys involved. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, welcome to my brain. All over the place, I know. Um, just consider that part of my magic. Yeah, so I was just writing down, just, getting ready for today. And um, yeah, I just was starting yet another list of like, okay, so what does this entail? So when I was doing my discovery call the other day, doing it for the first time with no real structure, um, which I pat myself on the back for, because what I feel like I need to do is get all my ducks in a row, and then when it's all perfect, I'll do it. But then things just don't tend to happen very well for me when I do that. So, anywho, and so the first thing I always think of, and probably didn't even mention on the discovery call when she said, "Okay, so what does this entail?" Um, yeah. Well, one thing it will entail would be at least a one time a week Zoom or probably StreamYard call where you can show up, and I'm sure it'll be a combination of things. I do like a combination. I do like a good variety show. So we'll be working on my credo, what I call my credo. And when you really adopt the belief that the universe is in a conspiracy for your happiness and it's always happening for you, whatever is happening is for you, and then it's all your curriculum, and you figure out ways to learn from your curriculum and move forward, life just gets better. So we'll be working on that a lot. But one of the first things I'll establish with anybody who starts working with me, in this program, this Reclaiming Your Magic program, is we're going to start, and I get this from Mary Morrissey. You start with a vision. Like, for example, if, my program is a year-long program, a year-long cocoon of really getting good at something, you start with a vision of, like, in this case, regarding your magic or your, as one of my clients says, self-mastery. That's what she's going for. She's really struggling. But when I ask her, so who do you want to be in a year? Like, if you were to do this, like, oh, self-mastery. Yeah. So you start with a vision, and how Mary Morrissey says it is, what would you love? Like, not just like, oh, it'd be nice to this or that. Like, what would you love? And like, what can you get? When you really love something, it's really a burning desire. Like something like, oh, that would be so amazing. And just having the potential of that happening, and you work toward it, well, there's steps toward that. And that's where we would start, is you create your vision of what you want. Who do you want to be in that next year? Do you want to be somebody who's healed from a certain body issue, health concern? Is it that you want to get good at this, ooh, to help your sensitive child? Ooh, yeah, man, something like this. Like, I just think of, and I know I've lived my life that is my my curriculum. I came here. I truly believe we all come here excited for these lives, even if they look like a shit show. Um, yeah, but like, what if? Yeah, what if my mom had more awareness, and she had more awareness than her parents, and I know they were going in the right direction, and they did what they did. We're all this, it's all good. But what if my mom was able to, she was dealing with her own shit, but what if she was able to learn something like this and start peeling apart all of her bullshit, or her shit, yeah, her shit, that she was contending with, and she could recognize, oh gosh, you're really hurting. Yeah, like, what's that worth? Anyway, so that's how we would be starting. And you can do that on your own without my assistance, that's for sure. I hope you do. Like, how do you want your life to look in the next year? Whether you have mentoring or a class or whatever, like, what do you want your life to look like in a year? And there are steps to take toward that. But you need to know where you want to go instead of just like, okay, like a ship without any direction. It's like, okay, we'll see where we end up. Yeah, when you like the way we think and what we think about and what we train ourselves to think about and focus on, that's what we create more and more of. So, anywho, so that's where we'd be starting is with a vision. Um, yeah. And then I have like a whole list of things. Well, I'm just going to read the list. Why not? Why not? Of things that just like, oh, of course, this would be part of it. So start with a mission, create affirmations to read and listen to daily. Of course, always working on being more and more proficient with the use of a pendulum. And it's a real art and it takes time and it takes diligence and repetition. And if you're just a dabbler, that's cool, but I'm not your gal. I'm not your gal. If you want to dabble, just keep it at dabbling, which I'm saying like it's a bad thing. I dabble in lots of things, but energy work is not a dabbling to me. Scientology for a second was a dabbling because I was fucking desperate because of my fucking sweaty hands and not feeling peace of mind. So like I've been willing to try some crazy shits. Wow. Some crazy shit to feel better. Anyway, we'd work on my whole premise that the universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness, um, and how you work with that, and how you make that part of your life. Like that's just part of my being now. And it takes, even when I'm in the throes, and I've been in some serious fucking throes lately because my shit is in my face because I'm daring to step out of um, my paradigms that I was programmed with. So, whoo, and you know, and as I am stepping forward bravely and boldly, even though I don't know every step, I know that I'm going to be shown as I go. And I know I'm a badass for doing that, for stepping forward and proclaiming to the world, I want to help a bunch of sensitive women, I like to say worldwide, to understand that our feelings matter. Yeah, and that we sensitive people are the magic people. And if you want to learn how to tap into that shit, man, it is life changing. Hey, so much so I wrote a book about it, even though writing, as I mentioned, is not my happy place. But I made it happen. Um, so wow, I did not see this coming, but like I said, I never have a plan. I rarely have a plan for my show. So I'm just gonna read the rest of this list to you. Yeah, so teach you how to develop your own master menu. And I wrote a little note to myself. I couldn't even decipher for a second. Oh, and your basic kind of check in structure, or how I consider my check in structure. So if I check in with myself, like just maybe I feel fine, or maybe I don't feel fine, but I have my routine of what I do. And I believe this routine, just from the start of it, it shows like grounding or smudging. Um, and then I touch the self point. I think of that as a lot of things, including, okay, this is me. This is not me talking to you, having a conversation. This is me getting in magic mode. I'm showing the universe I'm getting ready. And somehow it's come to be kind of an opening. Not this necessarily, but just saying no, having the awareness to say, my name is Colleen. And if I get a no, those are clues. Maybe somebody's trying to get my attention in non-physical form. Maybe somebody's getting my attention in non-physical form, but they're a human on the planet. Or maybe there's a part of me from the past or the future, which is always interesting, trying to get my attention, wanting some energy work done. So, anywho, and I check for spirit guides when I start. First I ask, is it safe and appropriate for me to do some energy work today? Yeah. Is my name Colleen? No. And check that out and clean it up. Always going back to my master menu, which is really just a chart of things that I know I can do, or I've been shown I can do, or I have an idea that maybe is a thing. I put that on my master menu. And if it shows up as where I need to go, I see it as creating energetic openings for healing, even if it sounds crazy. And a lot of what I do probably sounds crazy, but yeah, so lately, I've been like, so I'm stepping forward and feeling super confident, and then so much fucking doubt has descended on me. And it's just like, well, good thing I know I have tools and I know I'm on a fucking mission and nothing's gonna fucking stop me, especially something energetic, especially a feeling, because I've gotten really good at this. Anyway, I'm just going on and on, but we're going to just continue. But oh yeah, so the next thing I've written down is learning how to deal with spirit attachments. So you might pick up dead people and start feeling their shit. So learn how your way of getting good at letting them go. Um so the person I was talking to the other day, hey, in the discovery call, I asked her if she knows how to deal with dark stuff. And she talked about like what I've heard, well, probably every other healer I've ever talked to. Um, it's like, well, I create, shields and boundaries and I do this and that. And they're all great things. They're all great things. But I think part of what makes what I do special is I get more specific. So it's great to ground and it's great to do yoga and it's great to meditate. But man, you want to speed up some shit? Start looking at the energy behind this stuff and really move things along. And so when I think of dark stuff, and thank you, Erica. Um, yeah, thank you, Erica, for being the badass who presented the situation to me of a family member who was like had something going on. What's all in the book, but he was like in this really, really unhealthy state of anger for like, I forget, 7 years, and like we're over at their house and having dinner. Like we hardly knew each other. We have dinner there. They announce at dinner they're moving away to another state for a decade. But somehow just that connection, I just think of Erica. Erica, I'm just going to say it. I just think you're just one of my favorite people. And Art, you're pretty great too. But anyway, but then Erica, like, so somebody comes over to their house during dinner, and Erica's like, "Hey, tell Colleen what's happening to you." And this poor kid, he doesn't know who the fuck I am, but she like, coaxes it out of him, and he talks about hanging out with friends and being choked, and no one can see it. But then there were handprints. Like, what? And so Erica comes over to my house in a few days, and we figured it out. And I get to hang out with her on Friday. I'm so excited because I figure we're gonna probably figure out something else cool. Anyway, yeah, when you get good at going where you're led, um, things just get better and better. And you get to help this kid who, I remember Erica saying she was afraid for his well being, to be in that state of anger that he couldn't explain for all those years. Whew! And to be able to help somebody with something like that, to be able to help yourself when you're feeling really dark and get that you have somebody dark connected to you. How do you put a fucking price tag on that? Anyway, wow. Okay, I'm not done yet. So that's part of it, is helping you get really good at dealing with dark shit. And to me, the dark stuff is like of no concern. It's like, oh, goody, somebody dark showing up. I'm thrilled when shit shows up because I'm looking for shit to show up and reveal itself that is creating problems in my life. I want to feel better. I don't know if it's your mission, but my mission is to fucking feel better. I don't think this life thing is to be, oh, we're here to suffer or something. Sure, there is suffering, that's part of it, but I think most of it is supposed to feel good. And so that's my mission. Anywho, we're going to finish this list anytime. And then I'm going to introduce my sponsor. And oh, yeah, Coop. Yeah, so Oh, and like when you're using a pendulum or whatever your yes no system is. Well, I'm just going to say pendulum. Um, yeah, if you get stuck, the thing I've heard most from women who like they're interested and they go get a pendulum, they get stuck and they stop, the end. And it breaks my heart. But this is one of those things where I'm like a bulldog. I do not let go. Oh, I'll figure something out. I mean business with this shit. And so you just kind of develop your own language with your energy work and with your pendulum. And it becomes like an extra appendage. And at the times where like I'm in a cocoon and I can't even use my pendulum, it feels like I'm missing a limb. It's kind of trippy. Okay, we're almost there. We're sort of. Yeah, get good at noticing what you notice and consider. There's the big question. Okay, I have a headache. I have a headache all of a sudden. Or, ooh, I'm nauseous. Ooh, what's the energy behind that? What's the energy behind that? And even if you think you know what it is, like what's causing the pain or the upset or the tremendous anger because that person did this thing, it's all an inside job. And when you start learning that and start working with that, I don't like upset, but there's more and more, there's a background, there's a part of me going, ooh, how exciting. The person I talked to the other day, hey girl, hey, she's got something that no one's been able to figure out. Yeah, it's like Dave in his right hip. When I met him, he had hip pain for like, was it 7 years, 8 years? And nobody could figure it out until we figured it out. It was emotional. It was energetic. It was old shit he was holding from being, I think he was like 4. So here he was at like 45, finally, no hip pain. Anyway, yeah. So what's the energy behind that? Okay, only 2 more things to go, but I have a lot of plans for this group. Yeah. So, develop self-trust. Man, when you start trusting yourself and trusting your answers, whatever they are, and if you get crazy answers, they're clues. And when you start trusting your answers and going where you're led and get better at that, well, self-trust, I believe, is a close friend with self-love. And when you start learning to love yourself, once again, which is yeah, that alone is a huge gift. Okay. Oh, and the last thing I have written down, I think, or do I have something on the other side? Nope, just one more thing. And then, Coop's already left, so I'm hoping he'll come back. Oh my God, we've been at this. I've been at this for 38 minutes. Well, thanks for hanging in there. I hope this is interesting in some way. And the last thing I have written down, just jotting down some ideas before the show today. I'll help you start recognizing faulty beliefs and damaging paradigms, probably installed, yeah, from age womb to 7 years old. Yeah. And for me lately, like so much, so stepping into this new thing, which I have no worries about teaching people. I have no worries about doing my job. Yeah, it's just kind of that interim, like, oh, I have to find people and like, present my offering, and see, trust that the right people will show up. Whew. And then all this like doubt has been poured on me, and all this stuff keeps coming up around. I've talked about it before. It's a book called The Big Leap, I think, by Gay Hendricks. And he talks about, you'll be cruising along, things are going good, and then you kind of sabotage it somehow, and maybe stub your toe or get in that car accident, or shit comes up, and he calls it upper limiting. And apparently my upper limiting barrier, according to his system, is fear of outshining. And it always comes back to my mom, outshining my mom. Yeah. And if she was hearing me say this, I don't know what she would say about that. And it's not my conscious brain coming up with it. It's like with using my pendulum, and it's helping me connect dots. And yeah, I never saw my mom working. I never saw my mom making money. I saw my mom very depressed. I saw my mom fighting with my dad about money because he made all of it and he was kind of the ruler of it. I saw her dealing with two little boys who were a lot. Um, and me and a lot of good things, and she was fun and funny at times, um but yeah, I just sucked up her energy and then found it difficult to be in a classroom and be present. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me for my therapy session today. I hope my list of things is intriguing, or maybe it gives you ideas for doing your own thing. And boy, do I respect that. And that's what I want. I'm not looking for people to be under my mentorship for a lifetime, although maybe that'll happen. I don't know. We'll see where it goes, because I'm always just creating things. Like, and when things are too stagnant, I get antsy. Yeah, and really what I want is, well, kind of like when I took the job so gratefully because I needed a job out of college, and I took the job with the Sacramento County Department of Human Assistance uh, to determine eligibility for welfare programs. Um, oh, which ones? AFDC, food stamps, and Medi-Cal. And when I got the job, I was just beyond thrilled. And I don't even know where I was going with this. God damn it. I believe this is a disease I got from my mother. Uh, I'll blame her. And my left-handedness, apparently. Yeah. I was going to relate it to something. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about now. So before we bring Coop on, just bear with me. And oh, and if you're interested, after all of this, if you're interested in possibly doing a discovery call, free, not charging for it. It purely is, as I told my person on Saturday, zero pressure. I'm making an offering. And I only want to work with people who are interested at least this program. I'm going to be offering other things that'll be a lesser price and lesser amount of time. That's cool. Because I'm not looking for people who are just dabbling. I'm not. I'm looking for people who really want to do this and make a difference in their life and really learn what's the technical term? Learn the fuck out of what I have to share. And then as you do that, as you learn what I have to teach, my hope is that you take that and you expand on it for yourself and see where it leads you. Like all kinds of magical places that are yours to find. Yeah. Anyway, so feel free to contact me at energyhealingwithcolleen.com, and let's see if we're a good fit for a chat. And then I'll let you know, or we'll talk about what's going on with you and see, I'll let you know what I have to offer. Anyway, and at the very least, man, if you are thinking of doing this, I really, really, really hope you check out my book. Man, talk about an inexpensive way to see if we might be a fit or not. If you don't like me in the book, trust me, you will not like me in person either. Anywho, yeah. So, and I'm here to be authentically myself, and I want you to be the same. I want you to do the same for yourself. Be authentically how I am for yourself. Just kidding. Okay, so that being said, let's look at our sponsor real quick before we completely run out of time. Let me get to it and not go crazy. Oh, by the way, Coop, I want you to know that, and you can all listen in too as I tell Coop before I bring him on. But when I did my discovery call the other day, I couldn't help myself but bring up your graphic and tell her that her discovery call was brought to her by Chris Rock's Paper Scissors. So anyway, because I can't help myself. Okay, we're gonna get here soon. Oh, here we go. So today's sponsor is Tanks a Lot, scuba rentals for large groups. They err on the side of awesome fun. Tanks a Lot. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's man, the way StreamYard has things labeled, it is counterintuitive to me. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Technical problems. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, here we go. Get ready for your close-up, Coop.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, whenever I do that now, I always think of what you said, like probably years ago, of how it reminded you of like, the Jeffersons or something, like the
yeah,
theme song.
good times.
Good times,
Good times.
same time period.
Hey, we lucky we got 'em. Good times.
Deluxe apartment. Yeah. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm good. Someone's coming by in about 13 minutes for some volleyball stuff, so I may have to jump.
Well,
I'll
that's
jump
not
off
how much time we have anyway. So
there.
you just leave when you got to.
We got some bad news from Amazon merch on demand.
Uh-oh.
No, that's not the end of that, but we'll have to start. I'll proceed with plans B, C, and D while we circle back to plan A.
So can you say what the bad
Well,
news is?
they didn't. They said no. I can't join Amazon Merch. They didn't give a reason, and they said, but you can't reapply. So so I went to look what could cause it. And because a lot of people put a lot of effort into their applications. So maybe I just didn't wow them, or maybe they're just full right now. They have enough sellers. They're not looking for any more. It is kind of seasonal. So it could be for any number of reasons, and there's no way for me to know what it was. But
Wow. Well, that's kind of irritating to not be given any kind of a reason.
right, exactly. So I can try it again, but they'll probably just deny me. So maybe we'll try it under your name, or we'll make up a third party, and we'll try it again later. So and I'll find out more about what people do their applications, because I didn't see any space to upload any designs or anything like that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I don't know what they would have used in my application to deny me. So I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, there's Redbubble and there's Etsy and a bunch of other places we can start. So
Oh, well, there's a gazillion places. Amazon's just kind of
it's just handy.
obvious.
A lot of people are already on Amazon. They already have their payment information already in there, and it's easy for them to just click a button and they don't have to do anything else.
Maybe my alter ego, my real estate alter ego from when I was a kid with my friend Cindy, maybe George B. Crawford would have
Yeah,
better luck
maybe.
than
So yeah, I'll look into more about what people do for their applications, and we'll try again in a couple of weeks.
yeah. Interesting. Well, thanks for the update. Yeah, so are you ready for some magic?
Bring it on.
Okay, so I wish this didn't take up so much room, but I'll deal with that another time. Let me see. Oh, okay. I had a weird layout. All right. My name is Colleen and my crew. Okay. So it's safe and appropriate to do some work for the group today. Yeah. Oh, and I'm going to stop with another story because I mentioned it at the very beginning. So our friends Natalie and Reno came over for dinner last night, and Natalie's the one who wrote the foreword for my book. She's an amazing acupuncturist, doctor, healer, reverend. She does it all. Anyway, And she started telling this story about like this birthday party she went to, and she led she was hired to do a ritual because a woman was having like her crone birthday or something like that. She was turning 60, and yeah, so Natalie did whatever she did for the group, and she wanted to give this person a gift. I think this person might be a client of hers or something, um, and and so she's telling the story. Like, turns out the punchline or the thing was she gave a copy of my book to this woman, and yeah, and then she sent me a copy of the text that she got the next day. Basically, this woman saying, "I'm out in my yard and enjoying my birthday, and I'm reading this book, and I love it so much, and I relate to every chapter." And I'm just like, man, that just doesn't. I do not get tired of hearing that. Um, yeah, yeah. So, yay. Okay. And now I'm wondering maybe I should have Natalie do something for me for my crone birthday. Anyway, I don't know why I make that face. It just is. I'm fine with turning 60. I'm looking forward to my 70s. I've already decided that. The 70s feel good to me when I think about them. But it's just a little bit of a mind fucker. It's like, well, I'm sure we're all getting older. You can relate. Um, yeah, I was never weird about it until after 50, but I guess that's what happens. So, at least in my photo. Yeah. So, da, 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 da. So, yay me. Okay. So safe to do some energy work. Okay, we're going to start with the grounding. We are. So I'm going to go for my heart. You go with whatever chakra you like. Heart is green. Here we go. So we're filling up, we're expanding that beautiful, beautiful green heart energy, heart chakra energy. We're expanding out in all directions of time and space. Out, 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 out. We're also opening up our crown chakras and allowing in the cosmic energy to swirl through our fields, dipping down into Mother Earth Gaia, bringing up some of her energy and creating an interface between heaven and earth through us. So, that being said, so should we ask about dead people? Okay, we're putting out a call for any and all dead people that are ready, or stuck souls that are ready to move on to the light. No questions asked. You just need an exit strategy. And that's for anybody watching now or in the future. So, do we have any dead people to send to the light? They're ready to move on. Yep. Jesus, are you ready? Okay, give us a moment. Okay. So, have we successfully released the dead people that were ready to move on to the light? Cute. It's like, does that work for your dog? Cute.
Yeah, actually.
That's so cute. He's just holding his finger to his mouth. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's good. That's impressive. One moment. Oh, and by the way, Blanca a while back said she went out dancing and Pendy wanted to come. Oh, she brought her pendulum. Oh, that's right. She bought one of my pendulums that I don't have any more of. Yeah. And then she says, me too, congrats. And yay us, Blanca, even though I'm not sure at this point what you're referring to. But yay us. Okay, cool. All right, so we're complete with the dead people. Thanks, Jesus. Okay, is there something energetic for us to work on for the group watching live or in the future? Yep. This is on my master menu. Yep. This is in column A. Nope. This is in column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row? Yes. In row 1? Yes. In row 3? No. Okay. So that takes me to my dimensions chart. So let's see what dimension is showing up for the group today. All right. Okay, so this dimension's in column A. Yep. In an odd numbered row. Nope. In row 2. 4. Okay. Ha, that's funny. Aging. Okay. So we're looking at our aging dimension. Yes. Okay. All right. So I think Coop's going to go get some money. Coop's going to recoup some money. Okay, so we're looking at our aging dimension. Okay, Our souls are the only souls that inhabit our aging dimension. Yes. So there's something to clean up for us regarding our aging dimension. Yeah, my Pendy is getting a little bit more like reluctant. Okay, so this is something on my master menu. I'm trying to hold my hand steady enough because it's getting really tiny. So something on my master menu. Yes. In column A. No. In column B. Okay. In an odd numbered row. Sheesh. Yes. Oilkin. Okay. This is in row 1, 3, 3. Okay. Sheesh. That was hard. So that takes us to the ever popular shared chakras or some kind of entanglement. And hopefully the word entanglement says it all. But in case it doesn't say it all, let me also give it to you in a sound. Not good. Not good. If it's with somebody, it can be with somebody you adore or somebody you despise, or anybody in between. If you've got an energetic entanglement with somebody, it's just that. It's an entanglement. It is not good. It's hard. I always think of it as an empath. I think of it as like it's hard to decipher what are my real feelings as opposed to their feelings. So, da, da, da. So this is a shared first chakra. Okay, first chakra. So first chakra. I think of that, and I know chakras can get very involved, and my conscious knowledge is limited. But when I think of first chakra, anything, I think of like what are the words I usually use? Thriving or just surviving. To use the extremes. And a lot more people, I would say, are more in survival mode than thriving mode. More and more, just what's happening in the world, and those of us who are affected by those decisions that are being made, we're feeling it. That's why it's so great to have tools. Yeah, because if you're waiting for everyone outside of yourself to change, that is a tall order. The only thing you can do is change yourself, and then see how your world starts appearing differently. I shit you not. Anyway, so we've got a shared chakra with someone or something. So an entanglement with our first chakra. Yeah, we don't need any additional fear there. Um, yeah, so it's safe and appropriate to separate our first chakra energies from whoever or whatever or wherever they are entangled. Yes. Are we ready? We are. Okay, if you're playing along, just relax. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. So have we successfully have we disentangled our energies from whoever, whatever, etc. that they were entangled with? Yes. So we're complete with that. Yes. Okay. So there's something else for us to do regarding our aging dimension. Yes. This is in column A. Nope. In column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. And our winner is witnessing. So it resonates as something needing to be witnessed. Okay, so is that correct? We're going to witness something for the group. Yep. Okay. Do I need any conscious information about this? Nope. Okay. It's safe and appropriate and from the light for everyone involved here. Yep. Are we ready? Okay. Give me a few moments. Okay. And as I always like to think, wouldn't it be sad if I'd fallen asleep right there? Anyway, I do fall asleep easily, as I've bragged. Yeah, now with mouth tape. So sexy, so sexy. I was thinking last night as I was falling asleep with my mouth tape on, it's like, oh, maybe we should start a company of creative mouth tape. Lame. Okay, with like lips or a duck bill or a clown mouth or, you name it. Unlimited possibilities. Okay, so have we successfully witnessed what we needed to witness? Yeah. And I can't, whenever I do this, it's not always something I can like coherent enough to describe. But what I was presented with was people having fear, probably very deep fear. Not everybody, but I think most of us to some extent, deep fear about allowing yourself to feel what you need to feel. Like to me, it's like it's hard for me to imagine not feeling things because I feel so much all the time. Um, but yeah, so what, and it wasn't terribly coherent, but this is just kind of the basic take home vibe, I guess, in case it helps you. If you are one of those people who, if this hits something in you, like, oh, yeah. Like I've heard people talk about like their father died when they were 10, but they never cried because that wasn't okay in their family. Like, how is that even possible? How is that even possible? You see how often I cry just talking about this program I'm creating. So, anyway, so basically, it felt sort of like this. It was witnessing a lot of people's inability to access their emotions. And what it looked like was creating a bubble of safety and knowing that it is safe to feel your feelings and you'll be okay if you do. And if you don't feel okay in doing that, there is so much help available. There's so much help available. Like therapy. Therapy is available all over the place, even online. Or if you really want to get to the bottom of that shit, let's set up a conversation. Energyhealingwithcolleen.com. Anywho, so we've completed that witnessing. Yes. Yeah, really. Like I feel foolish saying it so much, but I really do believe there are a lot of people who don't they don't get that our feelings are there for a reason, like for realsies. Like and just and repressing them, well, you are repressing them. They were pressed into this feeling, but now they're being pressed into something else. And that something else isn't going to look pretty someday. Just saying. Everything starts as energy. That includes everything. So, yeah. And I think that's the great news. It's the great news. We're all 100% responsible for our own lives. The universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness. If it's happening to us, it's happening for us. And if you can just look for, when something feels really shitty, just know, even if you don't do energy work, just know or consider that there is a seed of something beautiful in it, even though it's really hard for you to see at that moment. And if you want to take it a step further, brainstorm, maybe meditate on it and brainstorm like, what is a possibility we're in a universe of infinite potential energy, and like what possible beauty could be in that thing that you think is the end of the world. Yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Hi, Coop. Did you
Hey.
make some?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. It would take a little shorter, but he was buying a volleyball net and asked me if I had any more volleyball nets, and I do. I have all kinds of like setter trainers and so yeah, he ended up getting 2 more things.
Oh.
So I had to go back and pull them out, and so it took a little bit longer. So
wow. Well,
yeah, actually, I tried to put him off until noon. He said he needed to leave here by noon. So that's why
Well, he probably has a big volleyball festival to go to, and now he has the goods.
yeah. Well, he said his daughter's really into volleyball. He wants to have to be the dad that has all the stuff, so all the kids come over and play at their house. I said, well,
Oh,
cool.
that's nice.
Yeah,
Oh, very cool. Look how you made somebody's life better.
yeah,
Okay.
hopefully, and
Yeah.
relatively cheap,
You
about 35% of retail. So yeah, it's good for everybody.
Lucky him. And
Yeah.
lucky you. Yay. Okay, so let's see if there's maybe one more thing. The way I have my screen set up, I can't even tell. Oh, wow. It's afternoon. Huh. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else. So is there anything else to do for the group today? Oh, so we're still, let's look at our aging dimension. Is there something else to look at regarding our aging dimension? Yep. This is on my master menu. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Okay, I know that one. That's a chord, an energetic chord. So we need a chord cut. Okay, do I need information, conscious information? Nope. So if you need a chord cut, that's what we're doing today. Okay, this is safe and appropriate from the light for whoever needs it, watching live or in the future. Yep. Are we ready? Yep, we are. Okay, give me a moment. And just know when it resonates as a chord in my book, in my rule book, it's something you do not want. Okay. All right, did we successfully cut this cord for whoever needs it? Yep. I remember way back in the day, I cut a cord for this older man I worked with once, and I cut it between him and a woman at his church or something. It came up, and then he had me he sat up on the table and he had me sit down next to him, and he's like, "I have to ask you about that cord." And it turned out his wife had died, and he wanted to date that lady, and he was afraid that I was cutting a connection between them. And I assured him, if it's showing up, it's not a chord of like, oh, no. It's at the very least, it's an energetic leak. It's not serving you. Yeah. And that lady, turns out, spoiler, I heard later, she did not want to marry him or go out with him. So it must have been the chord. I fucked it up. Oh well, just kidding. But JK LOL. Yeah. Anywho, okay. So we successfully cut that cord for whoever needed it. Yep. Okay. Is that a good place to stop for today? Oh, let me just ask, have we successfully cleaned up our aging dimension? Okay. Anything else to address? No. Okay. So we're complete for today. We are. Any closing words, Coop?
No, just the same thing I've been harping on. Just I'm trying to feel gratitude for all the little things. We had it's overcast. It was a very fine little spring shower this morning, very unexpected. Yeah, it was a beautiful day yesterday, and I woke up and had a little bit of rain. That's kind of nice, and now it's dry again. So I don't know. Yeah, just feeling grateful, gratitude for the little things that I can control about how what I can think and feel about them. So
Yeah, when I've been really thrown into a tizzy over and over in the last few weeks, that's one of my first go-tos is like, okay, what am I grateful for? And man, it's like pulling teeth for a second sometimes. I mean, sometimes it just gets down to, I'm glad my limbs all work. I'm glad I can see.
Yeah. You have to really get pretty basic sometimes.
Yeah. And then I can usually work myself into a better lather.
A lot of that can't say that they can't see or they don't have all their limbs, or I mean any one of a million other things that could just be totally fucked and outside their control. And how grateful I am that I don't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah, and Annabelle, the beautiful Annabelle, has shown up. And Annabelle, I do have a theme song for you, so here you go.
Ring a ding a ding, is that an Annabelle I hear? Hi, Annabelle!
Annabelle! Well, thanks for coming, Annabelle. Yeah, and so Yvonne says, thank you both as always. And yeah, thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening to me. And, doing this show for the last 4.5 or so years has helped me in so many ways. I hope it's been helpful for you too. And it really helps me. It helps me work on things that I'm yeah, it helps me process things and be comfortable on camera, which is huge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. If I can be of any service, please, please, please send me a message at energyhealingwithcolleen.com and maybe set up one of these discovery calls. Once again, there's absolutely no pressure. It's absolutely free. And yeah, so if it strikes your fancy, let's set something up. Okay, Coop. Well, thank you for being here. I'm so glad we got to witness you making some extra money. And great. And yeah, I hope to see you next week. And let me know if I can be of service to you in any way this week. And yeah, so let's end with my beautiful theme song, care of Artica Productions. Bye.
You are magic, magic.